feeling a little overwhelmed, it happens. You will make it through. I promise. So I wanted to show this to you. But you will survive. Okay, we're getting started again. We are on some of our favorite things.
And I'm going to do mobile password safe. When I was in the classroom, I found out a lot that I had all these different passwords that I had to use, and all of them have different login parameters. In other words, it has to be 8 characters, it has to be alphanumeric, it has to have this, it has to have that. And so a lot of times I couldn't put the password in that I wanted to put in. So I had to change my usual password to something else, or I had to make it something, whatever. So there's a lot of password keeper programs out there. Some are apps, some are different things. But this is the one that I've used for years. And the reason that I like it is, number one, it's encrypted. And number two, it's not an app. And what that means is it's web-based. So I can get to it from any computer in the world. I don't have to have the app on my phone or on my iPad. So I can be at your computer, and I can email the link to me, set it up on your computer and get in. Now, one thing that I don't do is, because this is my personal password safe, I don't have it on my school computer because that's the school's property. But what I do have it is on my phone. And what I love about having it on my phone is that a lot of times I would set my phone down because passwords are long, they're hard to see sometimes, and I didn't have to toggle between screens. So I pull it up on my phone, I lay it there in front of the computer like if I was working on a kid's computer or on another computer in the classroom or whatever, and I can read it off my phone and then put the password in. So I know as you guys go out here and use a lot of different websites and you're signing up to accounts, you really need a way to manage manage passwords, okay? The other thing about passwords is that a lot of people use the same one for everything, which is a really bad idea, okay? And there's some really easy tricks to having some pretty safe passwords, and we can go into that another time. If you have questions, email us or whatever, we can talk to you about how to do that.
And that's so much better than those sticky notes I see on your laptops.
Because the kids see them too. So anyway, here's what we need to do. If you want to, the best way to get it is, if I'm going to start a new window, I'm going to type in mobile password safe. Okay? And when this comes up, it says pw.ex.to. The reason it does that, it's going to give you your own encrypted address. So when you click on that, you have to sign up for an account. All right? So when you get there, it recognizes that I already have an account, so it wants me to type in my password to unlock it. You will need to sign up for an account. All right? I'm going to show you on my iPhone what it looks like, what my private one looks like. Okay. Just a minute while I bring that up. Do you have a reflection up? You get yours, Rhonda? Rhonda's going to share hers real quick. I don't think reflection's on. I can't pull it on my phone. Did it lock up?
Create a home screen. And so mine is here, and all I did was I went to the website and then I made it a home screen. It looks like the little safe. And that's what I have, and then I can unlock my safe if I enter my password correctly, which I didn't. But you enter your password here, unlock your safe. Do this. Does it show me? It shows me. Let's stop. Okay, never mind. Forget that. Huh? No. You don't know passwords. You don't need my passwords to my Victoria's Secret account. But you can create multiple passwords in your safe. I have one set that says school and one set that says personal because, you know, if they want in my Victoria's Secret account, knock yourselves out type thing. That's kind of how I feel about it. So, okay.
So it's pretty easy to use. The only bad thing about it is, since the link is encrypted so people can't find it and get in, and the passwords are encrypted, if you go to a new device, you have to click email me the link, because there's no way you'll remember it. I mean, it's huge. It's very, very long. And so anytime you're on a new device, it has to email it to you so that you have that link and then you can click on it.
Could you tiny URL the link?
You can maybe tiny URL the link, but the reason that I don't is because I just bookmark. I mean, I put it on my home screen, and then I just click on it and it comes up. You know what I'm saying? So you could, but then that kind of defeats some of the safety features of it. Yeah. But I've used this for years, and I know Shelly uses one, and hers is a paid version. But you seriously need to think of an app or a service that allows you to manage your passwords, because they really get out of hand. Okay, quick.
The one I use is called Safekeeper, and there's a paid version and there's a free version. I just use the free version. I'm cheap.
Am I next? Okay, let's see here. One of the ones I'm using, and I guess I need to do it on my iPad so I can share it. That's the trouble. I have 3 devices sitting here. I'm not sure which one to use. Okay. Again, what I've gone to is I have a couple of these sites bookmarked for you, and it's on the Symbaloo. Let me talk about Symbaloo for just a moment, because we sent those to you, and unless you've been in some of our trainings, you don't know what those are. A Symbaloo is just a really cool way to gather together a bunch of bookmarks. Okay, these are all just web bookmarks that I've found. This one takes me to Quizlet, one takes me to TeacherTube, so on and so forth. If you will create an account in Symbaloo.com, it walks you through the procedure of creating these. But the best thing about Symbaloo is you can search, because me as a Symbaloo member, once I create one and share it, that means anyone who is another Symbaloo member can find it. Okay? So I went out and I looked for several. I have chemistry, I have physics, I have all kinds of pieces that are already out there. And all I have to do is say, add this to my web mix, meaning I now have access to it. I can share that with my kids. I can't change it. I can't embed it on my web page, but we have access to it. We can pop it up pretty quickly. You know, if you tell your kids, okay, here's a bunch of chemistry links. Of course, I didn't, you know, you want to check them all before you share anything out. But like my coaching collection that I have here, I can share. And if I want to share it, I get an embed code. That means I can just embed this on my Weebly. So maybe you have a classroom Symbaloo that are those basic sites you want your kids to go to again and again and again. Well, you know, last year I learned in my one-to-one classroom at the high school, I tell them to bookmark it, but do they bookmark it? No. And so then the very next day when you say, I'm going to this site, and they go, where is that, Jill? Oh. So if I were still in the classroom, I would create a Symbaloo, those basic places I'm always sending my kids, and then they can just access it. So, and also I do have on here several things, and these are links as well. This is again off the same website, but this is 33 digital skills every 21st century teacher should have. It was interesting to see what they thought were the important skills for you there. And another one that I have pulled up is 15 iPad skills every teacher and student should have. For those 8th grade teachers, this might be an article you want to read and see what's out there. So, that is all. Okay, I guess I'm going to be next. For this one, I need audience participation.
This app is called Too Noisy.
Okay, so everybody talk. Okay, talk.
Okay, so that's my fun app. While you're at it? I think it would be great for centers or groups. I think it would be great. I think it'd be great in your classroom if your kids are out of groups and you just want to make sure that the noise level stays. But of course, you're going to have to let them play with it first and make him plug his ears. They're going to think that's really funny. But I think after the new wears off of that, I think that they would really use it. Okay. I'm going to go next. And I'm going to share a non-educational one, but I think we need it. So it is called Groupons. I don't know if any of you have seen Groupons before, but it is an app. You type in the location nearest, or you type in your zip code, it's going to find location nearest you that has bargains. So you can search for things by featured, and right now we have Johnny Carino's $20 worth of food for $10. You can buy up to 5 of them. It keeps them on your phone when you go in that restaurant. They scan it, and it will take the $20 off your ticket. There's also goods that you can scroll through, tons and tons of. There's super deals, and there is vacations. So it's a great way to find great deals. And I know some teachers have even found things that they could purchase on here and use in their classroom as well. Carousel Park is on there right now, and I do know some teachers have bought Carousel Park, and that way they had a class party at Carousel, and they got a great big discount. Yes. What? I'm sorry. Yes, it is. So I downloaded on my iPad. You set up an account, and you just, any device that you want to go into, you just have to log into your account, and your coupons or scan codes are in there for your discounts. I know they have backyard burgers on there. It was $10 for $5. Some great deals on there. So you might check that out. It's called Groupons.
We just need to make an announcement. Several of you yesterday afternoon talked about weather becoming severe or inclement weather, what the plan was, and those types of things. They've just notified us that we've been placed under a tornado watch, not a warning. But they have opened the tornado shelters. So because I know many of you may have not operated or worked in this building, so that in case we're placed in a warning situation, you know where to go. We'll need to exit out these doors and go out the back of the building by Dr. Saketta's office, where Sherry's office is. We'll go out those double doors. So you'll just go down here to the middle section where the coffee is, or where you came in, turn right. And we'll go out the back doors, and the middle section of tornado shelters are unlocked. So we can get those, and they hold 30, 35 a piece? Okay, so they have those open and ready for us. Should we have a warning, they just want us to pause and let you know we are under a tornado watch. They will come over the loudspeakers and replace a warning situation, and just leave your computers and stuff, and that's where we need to go for shelter if we need to. Okay?
All right. How many of you know what a meme is? Okay. Now, for those of you who don't understand what I'm saying, you probably will recognize it when you see something related to that. So, this is one of my favorites. Now, the big picture meme is kind of an idea for something that gets spread. It's kind of a cultural phenomenon that gets spread by word of mouth traditionally, but now they have internet memes, and these are things that can go viral pretty quickly. So within memes, there are kind of what people right now will immediately identify with are these pictures that usually have a line of text, maybe on top and maybe on bottom. But there's kind of a variety in meme memes more than just that. But I'm going to show you a couple of examples, and there are all kinds of generators out there. So one of the apps listed on the Symbaloo is just called Meme Generator. What it has is some viral memes that are frequently parodied, I guess you could say. And then it also has a way that you can create your own memes. Well, you may not see where you can use this in the classroom, but I guarantee you I will use it in the classroom. So, I'll show you some real quick. There's one that's viral, well-known, called The Unhelpful Teacher. What's going on here? You want to know what my word is? Okay. Here's an example. You can do this one for us at times. Here, type this into your browser bar. That's not fun. What about this one? Man, this is a tough crowd. All right. What about this one? Let's start to read. Okay. What my friends think I do in the top left, what my mother thinks I do, what society thinks I do, you can relate. What my students think I do, what I think I do, what I really do. Like I said, there's all kinds of these generators out there. You're going to find that on the computer side, they may keep Oh yes, thank you for taking it. This would be your opportunity to put up appropriate memes. So, yeah, like I said, some of them will be blocked on the computer side by the filtering, and that's because some of these can, as you imagine, get inappropriate. But nonetheless, can be used effectively as well if harnessed. So, that's memes.
I think it's important that you do know the culture of learning, and memes are huge. In fact, the downfall parody videos that I talked about with Popcorn Maker are considered a social meme. If you are not faint of heart and brave, go out and search yourself, because many teachers in the district have been memed, and all types of things out there and things like that. So if you're not faint of heart, you can go out there, because that's where the kids are and that's where they're at. So if you can think of an appropriate way to turn that, use it for an educational purpose, they're already there, and that's what they're doing, and that's what they like. So I've memed myself. There's a couple of good ones.